everybody, it is I, Kayla Marie Vlogs, and I would like to share something with you. I have what is called Optic Plasia. Now you may ask what that is, or you may have seen parts of my previous video that I had done a couple years ago about this, which I didn't have a camera then. And I used YouTube music in the background so you could hardly hear me. Sorry about that. However, I'd like to share with you my condition. So, let's get started with the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Alright. So, I was born with optic hypoplasia. From what I hear, it's very rare. Now, I do know a couple of people that have it. However, I cannot say that I've met them all in person. But I do know that every case is different. At least from what it seems. Because a couple of people that I know can actually see a little bit better than what I can. So I guess it all depends upon how bad it is. You know, how bad your optic nerves are off when you're born and stuff like that. So, optic nerve, as everyone, most people know what that means. Your optic nerve is what helps you, figure out what it is that you see to your eyes, to your brain. Now, my type of optic hypoplasia, I cannot see anything out of my right eye at all. No lights, no shadows, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Out of my left eye, I can see colors, people, if they're not far away from me. I can see shadows. I can kind of read print, but not very lengthy text. Like I couldn't read a whole paragraph and then tell you what I read because I'd get very lost and confused trying to read it with just one eye. Now, also, I cannot see on the side of me, so like I can't make my eyes go left and right to see left and right or up and down. So for me to see what's on the left of me, I have to turn my head this way. To see what's on the right, I have to look this way. To the right. To look up to the sky, I would have to look up. And to look down, I have to look down. Now, this means I have no peripheral vision, so I cannot see anything on the side of me. So if someone were to come up and try to talk to me on the side, if I didn't know that they were there, they'd have a good chance at startling me. Now, optic hypoplasia basically means that the optic nerves are not fully developed. So, as everyone knows, not in the medical field, an optic nerve is supposed to be about the size of a garden hose. But mine is the size of like a pen or a straw, if you will. So I cannot see fine detail. So if somebody's smiling and standing in front of me, but not like in front of me to the point to where we're gonna hug or something, I would not be able to tell what their eye color is, or if they're smiling, or what color their hair is, unless they're pretty much right in front of me, because I cannot see details such as that. Now, I can see some things. So if someone has long hair, I can tell that they have long hair. And if someone has brown or black or dark purple hair, or really dark blue hair, or really dark red hair, depending on how dark it is, I can't really tell that it's black, red, brown, or blue or purple, because those colors are so dark that they all kind of look like black to me. And so I sometimes get those colors mixed up, but not always. It just depends upon the object, and it depends upon the person and the color, and all the other fun things. It's like that. Braille. I can read first grade Braille, so I know some Braille, but from kindergarten pretty much all the way up to about maybe 6th or 7th grade, maybe 7th grade. No, wait, maybe about high school. I relied a lot upon my sight to do things. I could still read Braille, but I tried to do things a lot with my sight. But as things progressed, I did a lot better with audio, such as using a laptop with JAWS or NVDA, and that was how I did school. When I went to 7th grade, 8th, well, maybe more so throughout high school, I started using JAWS on a computer a lot more, and that's how I learned how to type, and that's how I learned how to use a computer. Also, I do use a cane. When I was in high school, and when I was also in elementary school, using a cane was really, I don't know, it was different. I was kind of like back and forth about whether or not I wanted to use a cane. But now to this very day, as I'm 30 years old, for the most part, I love using my cane if I really need it. And even if I don't need it, I still like using it because as I've come to grow and learn, it's more useful and helpful to have a cane than it is to not have your cane with you. So yes, I can see where I'm walking, but still, even then, I kind of like having my cane more so than not. I'm not really gonna go into how I cook and things like that because that's a video for another day. I just figured I'd explain my eye condition and how I do, how I do the basics. But also, I was born with optic hypoplasia. Most people usually are born with optic hypoplasia. That's a really long eye condition. But honestly, some people might say, if you could cure it, would you? Well, funny story. Well, I don't know if it's a funny story, but I'm getting kind of nervous now. This is weird, okay? So, there is a surgery out there for it, for me to correct my optic nerve, I guess. But there's a 50-50 chance that I could become totally blind or that it would work. And honestly, I'd rather just leave my eye condition as is because if I were to lose all my sight, while I do know some things, most things about living as a blind person because I am pretty much blind apart from being able to see a little bit out of my right eye, or not my right eye, but my left eye. Yeah, this is how we know I'm getting sleepy. I still would prefer to just be blind versus trying to change it and not be blind because I'm okay with being blind. I'm not bothered by it. Second, in that aspect of this, some people ask, will glasses help? They'll help me look cute, but no. Glasses are just, they're cool little things. I wish they did help, but unfortunately, they do not. With that being said, I don't have much more to say about my eye condition. If any of you have any other questions about my eye condition, please feel free to ask them below in the comments. I would not mind answering any questions that any of you may have. If I've left anything out, I apologize, but until then, see you next time on Kayla Marie Vlogs.